Street Beast video, you saw how we fiberglassed up the center section of our dashboard, which I explained in the other video how it's going to give us a nice custom flat look. Now, if you look over here, what the customer of this car has chosen to do is we're going to use Autometer ultralight gauges. These are the big face gauges, okay? So we got the speedometer, which is all electronic. These are all electronic gauges. They're very nice and high-tech. And they're just really nice all the way around gauges that you can purchase. Okay, so we got the speedometer, we got the tachometer, we got us a fuel gauge, we got the water, volts, and oil. Now, you can actually also add a clock if you want, or whatever other gauges that you might, think that you want to add. But with these type of gauges, it fills our dash in just right. Now, what we're going to do is when you get your ultralight gauges, another reason I like them is this is the way that they install. They got rings that actually hold them in place instead of like VDO gauges. You just have a nut and a bolt here with a little clamp that holds it. So this makes it really nice for you to measure out all the holes precisely and cut them out if you don't have a hole saw. So on this particular setup, what we're going to do is we're going to find our center of our dash, which I've already done. And it measures out to be 34, so I come 17, I scribe a line, and then I find the center this way. And to make sure that everything's in center, I go ahead and put a piece of tape down. I know that'll be the center of our dash. Now I'm going to set these gauges upside down just to show you what they're going to look like, the contour that we decided to go with. And you can put these gauges any way you want, it's all up to you. But this makes a nice clean look, and it's going to look very, very nice. So if you look right here, at this angle over here, you can kind of see where the gauges have a little bit of a curve to it, okay? And those are going to be nicely installed. Now, what I've done is I went ahead and I took my time and measured out between each gauge, okay? So I know that there's a uniform gap between each gauge instead of just laying them on there and, drawing a circle around them. And if you don't have a hole saw, what you want to do is you take a drill. Let me get that and I'm going to show you. You want to go ahead and drill a hole right next to the line in all of them, just like so. So you drill your holes out. And the reason I'm actually drilling these out and cutting them, because a lot of us don't own hole saws at home. So, and I definitely don't own one this big, but I believe if I look around I could probably find this size. But I'm showing you how to do this with hand tools like this because a lot of us aren't going to go out and purchase hole saws for a one-time use deal. So, you get all your holes drilled, and then I use an air saw. That's what this is, okay? It's a very precise saw. If you notice, it comes to a nice sharp point, and I'm pretty good with this thing. And it's also a dangerous tool, and you got to watch what you're doing all the time. It's very important that you wear safety gear with it. So I'm going to cut all these holes out, and then we'll set our gauges in there and see what they look like. Okay, when you get all your holes cut out, make sure that you test fit your gauges. Now I noticed that this hole here, it's a little tight, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take always remember that you do have a lip here, okay, but it's not that big of a lip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the spots that need to be trimmed on my gauge. I'm going to mark them with my pencil because I can see the tight edges. Here's another one right there. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to trim that up. Once again, okay, I got it trimmed out. And if you notice, the gauge fits in there just like I want it to. Nice and tight. There's not going to be no vibration. And it looks really, really good. So that's one way to install your gauges. If you look back here, it's a nice tight fit. Okay? Once you get the gauges in, the autometer gauges supply a nice ring that just clamps right on there just like that. You screw it all down and start wiring it up. Let me get all the rest of the holes cut out, and if you see that's a tight fit, let me get the rest of the holes cut out and we'll see exactly what our dash setup looks like, what the customer picked for his little design. Alright, we got all our holes cut out. I don't want to push those gauges in all the way because I cut the holes very tight, and once they're in there, they're pretty much going to stay. But if you look at the dash, I'm going to hold it up, you can basically see the layout that we're going to have. Now, what we're going to do at this dashboard, the customer actually wants to go ahead and cover it with material. So he's going to have a full ultra leather wrap interior. If you look at the car over here, and what a full wrap interior is, that means that everything in the car is going to be covered with material. And we're going to use ultra leather. So when we get the dash installed in our car, that's going to look really nice with the same color material instead of painting your dash. And that's just another little option that you can do to make your car look jazzed up. Here is go ahead and come. I have another dash, okay, because we're actually building a Street Beast Vicky and a Street Beast Coupe. So the videos that you're watching of the Street Beast cars, they're actually taking off both cars that I'm building here at the same time. Everything that I'm showing you applies to all Street Beast cars made. And he went ahead and purchased these, and what he's going to use is VDO gauges. So that's just another little look, and that's more of a vintage, antique, stylish look, which will look really nice. A lot of people go with this more than the high-tech look. And instead of running the gauges in a big circle like that, we're going to go ahead and put the two gauges in the center like this, center it up in the steering wheel, and then we'll run all the little gauges straight across. So, I hope this has been a helpful tip for you. That's just one more idea to make your car personalized and customized to your liking and everybody else when they see it. This is Pete at southwestrodandcustom.com. You can call me at 972-420-1293. If you have any questions, you need any help on your Street Beast, if you'd like me to build your Street Beast car for you or finish it out, give me a call. We'd be more than happy to help you in any way possible. And that's about it. So take it easy, and we'll see you in the next video.